Do you think there's bad music?
Oh yeah, I think there's bad music. I mean, so one of the piece actually that went up as we are recording this today, by Dhananjay Jagannathan, who's a friend and has written for Plough Bunch, is about bad music, and we kind of got into a little bit of like we were sort of like trying to figure out whether like something whether you could call whether all moral panics having to do with bad music are just moral panics and can be dismissed, or whether some moral panics are justified. And I actually think that they're like, Marilyn Manson, for example, like the guy is telling you for years and years who he is, and is making music that is inviting you to celebrate what he knows to be wrong and what he's intending to be wrong. He turns out to be a terrible person in real life. Yes, like I think music is powerful, and like part of like sort of respecting the actual power of music means respecting that yes, music can make you worse. You can in various ways. Like I don't think that like, I don't know, death metal is like the only kind of bad music, and it's possible even that there is some good death metal. But like, yeah, music can make you worse. Music can make you coarse. Music can make you thoughtless. Music can make you sort of, even good music, I think, can make you bad in various ways. Like if there's a very kind of like stirring patriotic melody that stirs you up to do terrible things.
Right. I mean, the most obvious form of that is if you think to the role of song in the Rwandan genocide. Mm-hmm. Or I recall a good friend and mentor of mine who had escaped the Holocaust. She came from a Jewish family in Dresden, and she remembered roving bands of SA thugs going through Dresden outside their house, singing, a very catchy melody, but the words were "When Jewish blood runs from our knives," and so music can be a terrible thing. There was and even good music that's good in and of itself and doesn't have bad words can play a weirdly horrible role. If you go on YouTube, there's an absolutely chilling video of a performance of Beethoven's Ninth, the great ode to freedom, to joy, right? Being played by the Berlin Philharmonic with Goebbels in the audience, and audience full of the Nazi top brass in the midst of World War II. And it tells you that there's no way I'm going to say Beethoven's Ninth is bad music, mm-hmm. right? But it tells you that music is not automatically good or automatically used for good things, mm-hmm. even really good stuff, good music. Mm-hmm. I also do think there's music that is bad in itself. I definitely don't argue with you on Marilyn Manson. I think the problem with moral crusades against music is often that they have the wrong targets. Mm-hmm. So they'll go after rap music for having curse words, mm-hmm. which, okay, fine. Like, there's music I don't want my teenage kid playing in the living room. Mm-hmm. But there's different kinds of badness. Mm-hmm. I think a kind of badness we don't look enough at, and here I'm probably going to just alienate everyone, is I think the vast majority of contemporary Christian music is bad music. Mm-hmm. I think it's facile. Mm-hmm. It's derivative. It attempts to say things in a fundamentally insincere way. It tries to use the real energy of the genres of music that it opportunistically adopts in order to somehow do Christian messages. It tries to do the Martin Luther hymn thing in a bad and unconvincing and embarrassing way. And just as I will not allow like my kids to play Marilyn Manson in our house, I will not allow any CCM in our house either.